What's up, y'all? It's Thursday. Wake Up Barstool. Welcome in to the WBC fans. So we just watched Korea dominate 11-4. We'll get into the World Baseball Classic. We got not one, not two, but three coaches who are currently on the March Madness bubble. We'll break down what life on the bubble is like. And once again, we have questions from a third grader. So Wake Up Barstool starts now on FS1. What's happening, guys? T-Bob, PFT, Jersey Jerry, and Big T. Yeah. On today's Wake Up Barstool with today, Mark Titus will be joining the show a little bit later on. PFT, welcome back, man.
It's great to be back. I miss you guys. I miss sitting here. I feel like I got Wally pipped by Big T while I was gone.
Big T did great. He's a starter.
The thing about Big T is like he will drop takes on you that you do not see coming. And he always says, and I agree with him, that like if you don't like Big T, because there's some haters out there, if you don't like him, just give him some time, and you'll end up loving him.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. He's one of the best that we got when he sits in this chair. Always dominates, puts up numbers, never has the Tony Snell game. Like he's always here. Yes.
You feel his presence at all times. I saw some of the clips, saw some of the highlights, and Big T was he was dominant in my absence. It's like, Jason Tatum, great player. He's out for the year. You see what Jaylen Brown's doing, candidate for MVP. That's how I felt like watching him. It's like, I need to get back. I rushed back onto the show because I was like, I got to make sure that the team doesn't forget about me. Big T out here.
Right. Jerry, are you upset at all that PFT is giving all this love to Big T where you were the one that was paying homage to PFT when he was gone?
No, not at all. I just think I didn't deliver. I didn't think people liked it, the glasses. I think it was too much.
I liked the glasses. I thought the glasses
I thought
were great.
it was too much for the fans. I will say this. Can I say something?
Got beautiful eyes.
You can say whatever you want.
On our intro, the bacon got to get fixed.
What's wrong with the bacon?
Bacon doesn't look good in the intro.
Can I see the bacon in the intro, guys?
Possible.
I don't think this has ever stood out.
It's not crispy enough. The bacon's flat.
Some people like a soft bacon.
They do, yeah.
My daughter likes a soft bacon.
Soft bacon.
A soft bacon, dude.
Some people like the floppy bacon.
My brother-in-law wants a basic, he likes like a rare bacon almost.
There it is,
just whisper
Look
on
at that.
it.
So you'd like to see it crispier, a little darker?
I'd like to see more a darker bacon, a little bit more crispy.
I'll tell you what, the egg looks like that yolk is hanging on for dear life in the corner there. Like,
the pancakes look fantastic.
Pancakes look great.
Jerry, what do you tell when you order bacon at a restaurant and you want it crispy? What do you tell them?
Well done.
See, they don't listen, though.
Really?
You got to tell them. I tell them I want to touch it on both ends and have it break.
Okay.
I tell them I either say that or I want it like a Frisbee. Yeah. Because you tell them crispy, everybody says that. Yeah. They're not listening to that.
I actually have
What do the waitresses say when you're like, I want to touch it on both ends?
They look at you and you see it register in their eyes. They're like, okay, crispy. And they don't forget that.
They might also
can I get my bacon crispy?
If you deliver that in the right way, that's pretty hot.
It does have a little bit of an international connotation to it.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'll tell them I want it like a Frisbee, and that sticks with them too.
Yeah, I was recently, one of the days that I was actually off the show, on a little vacation after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I went to breakfast at this hotel I was staying at, and the person at the table next to me was adamant about getting floppy bacon on everything. Wow. He ordered like a side of floppy bacon. He ordered the bacon inside his breakfast burrito to be extra floppy.
Hell yeah.
And then he took the order over for his girlfriend, and he was like, she would like turkey bacon, but make it really floppy. And then it felt like he was kind of like foisting his bacon preferences.
Bacon you got.
Like let the woman decide for herself how she likes. Maybe she wants it hard.
There may be no greater indication of who you voted for than ordering flaccid bacon.
Okay.
I know exactly who you voted for.
If I
speak big trouble, but I know who that guy voted for.
Who are you insinuating? Which side are you insinuating sloppy bacon?
Just saying it's easy to tell.
Well, that's like the opposite of a steak, you could say then, right? Like if you order a rare steak.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
But with the pig, it's like it flip-flops your political affiliations.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody agree with this? Am I wrong here? I think actually damn near the majority of restaurant bacon kind of sucks. Like, there's way too many breakfast places that when you go there, I feel like the bacon's almost like an afterthought. Even though it should be at center, and it always comes out, it's like too thin.
You know why?
Generally.
I don't know what kind of places you're frequenting, but as I'm going through this in my mind, the higher quality the restaurant, the more I don't want bacon. If I go to a Waffle House, good bacon.
Yeah.
If I go to a hoity-toity place where the French toast has flowers on it, bad bacon.
So this, you might actually be right. This works on the same scale that Chinese food does.
Yep.
Where it's an inverse of like quality to my enjoyment. Like a mall Chinese is kind of like the peak Chinese, whereas a really nice Chinese, it's fine.
I would disagree with that, but I would say it's like almost like ketchup. At the cheaper the place, the better the ketchup is. The more expensive the place, it's house made.
Yeah,
they do all the additions, and they have it like aging for 3 days.
Yeah.
And
not enough
like,
just
it's not
straight sugar.
This is not your grandfather's ketchup. I
only
love
like
my
one
grandfather's ketchup.
There's only one ketchup.
Yep.
Right? Can we agree on that?
I am price inelastic on ketchup. I will only buy Heinz. I don't care what it costs.
Yeah.
If Heinz costs $12 and the other ketchup was $1.50, I would still buy Heinz.
Yeah. I agree.
Because I bought another ketchup one time and it was disgusting. It ruined it 3 weeks just down the drain.
The homemade ketchup at a restaurant will ruin the entire meal.
Yeah.
I think also, Big T, if you go to a fancy breakfast place, more and more places now are doing like the thick cut bacon, which can be delicious.
Nope.
But that's not what I want for bacon.
Away.
If I'm doing like a standard breakfast, I run the football.
Yes.
I want a thin, crispy slice of bacon, please.
Let me ask you guys something. You guys are all coffee drinkers?
Yeah.
All right, so a couple days ago, me and wifey went to breakfast. On the menu, there was a coffee like selection special.
Yeah.
A Lucky Charm latte. She asked for it iced. They said we can't do it iced. We could do it hot. How's that possible?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it comes out the machine hot. I have no idea.
Might have some effect on the marshmallows.
I don't know. I'm a black coffee guy though. I don't like anything too sweet. It starts to mess with your stomach. I'm not a fan.
I tasted it though. It wasn't sweet.
Really?
No, they
The
just
Lucky Charm latte wasn't sweet?
wasn't like sweet. Like it wasn't overwhelming. No.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Do you know about the charms recently too?
No.
And if we're just going to do this, there's no marshmallows in it anymore.
No more. No.
I don't know if
nerfing
it's
it.
I don't know if it's a woke thing, but there's no more marshmallows.
It is. It is. They're taking away the marshmallows. Big T is 100%
It's true.
correct.
Were
swear.
the Lucky Charms ever actually marshmallows? I've never been a Lucky Charms fan. It always just tastes like styrofoam to me. Like it hurts my molars thinking about them, dude.
The great part about Lucky Charms, and Raisin Bran kind of falls in this category too, is
Love
like
Raisin Bran.
it's like the raisins and the marshmallows and those two cereals. They don't have to be good. They're just way better than the rest of that part of the cereal. So like you can be eating Lucky Charms and you're getting through the dog food part, and then you stumble across a styrofoam pot of gold. And you're like, oh, this is the best tasting thing ever.
Okay.
They trick you. They trick you with Lucky Charms.
So it's like surrounding yourself with people that are uglier than you.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be good looking, but if
Yes.
everybody else is less good looking, then you look like the best looking.
That's why Big T loves doing this show, because he's so much hotter than us.
All right, guys. So World Baseball Classic. We got a couple of games in the books. Australia 3-0 winners. Korea taking care of business against Czechia 11-4. USA will be in action soon. But because this is on Fox and we have access to the highlights, we wanted to bring you some highlights in case you missed a game. Some of them happened overnight. And we're going to do a little Sports Center segment here. We have given Jerry a shot sheet. Jerry, look next to your on your desk right there.
Yep.
Those are going to
read
be your
this.
shots explaining, and you're going to take us through like an old school circa early 2000 Sports Center segment. You're Dan Patrick. You're Stuart Scott.
Okay.
And we're starting with Australia versus Chinese Taipei.
Oh, really? Chinese Taipei. Huh?
All right, here we go. Bottom of the fifth here. Australia and Chinese Taipei in Game 1 of the World Baseball Classic. We got a 0-0 game. Robbie Perkins with a 2-run home run.
Whoa.
For
look at
Australia. That's a
Perkins.
2-run. That ain't a 1-run. That's a 2-run. Right there. You know, these highlights are going a little slow.
No, you got to throw it like a catchphrase.
That's part of your job.
Oh, that's
Jerry.
part of my job? Oh, I didn't know. All right, bottom of the seventh here. 2-0 Australia leads. And a big bomb back track wall. See ya. Guardians prospect Travis Bazana, solo home run for Australia. Look at him go, pumping up the crowd. WBC, nothing better this time of year. Man.
Okay, Jerry, we're finding a flow.
Trying to find a flow here. Trying to find a flow here, T-Bob. You know, it ain't easy. It ain't easy in this business. All right, moving on. This is the end of the highlight. This is
Always what you want to say.
That's it. Australia pulls the upset in the WBC opener. 3-0. All right, we're going to the next game. Korea versus Szechia. That was wrong. All right. Szechia and Korea in the second game overnight at the Tokyo Dome. Look at that dome, man. Look at that dome. Look how circular that dome is, man. We love dome over here. And it was a slugfest here. Listen, Korea up 5-0 right now. And then oh man, this is going to be tough. I don't know how to say this guy.
You got to say it.
The highlights are
Read the
going.
highlights.
The highlights are going. Bogangi.
What did Bogangi do?
Bogangi hit a grand slam for Korea.
Damn.
And then we're in the third. Oh no, we're in the fifth inning. Forget about the third inning. We missed that. We're in the fifth inning here.
Oh, no.
6-0 Korea. Terwin Varvarva, deep 3-run home run for Szechia. Also forgot to mention, let's go back to the fifth inning. 6-3 Korea. Shea Whitcomb again. The highlights are done. Just hear me out. Shea Whitcomb again with a 2-run homer for the 8-3 Korea lead. They would win. They would wind up winning that game.
Did anybody hit a grand slam in those highlights?
I don't know.
I'm just reading what the script said.
Jerry.
Oh wait, there
Jerry
it is.
said
Okay,
There it
the
is.
grand slam
There it is,
started the
okay.
game. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I
Grand
missed
Slam to start the game?
Yeah,
Bottom of the
let's
first?
go. Bottom of the first.
Wow, in the
There we go.
Sick. What a good
In
feeling.
the Tokyo Dome.
Korea. We love dome.
I want to do that again next week with something.
Okay.
Well, so we can keep doing that with the World Baseball Classic because we have the highlights.
How long does it go for?
Like next weekend is the.
Yeah, I think next weekend.
Give me a
next
Spanish
weekend.
team next week.
Okay.
Ooh.
I need a Spanish.
I thought you really. I mean, the first highlight you really started to find your flow on the Bazana bomb.
yeah, and
You
then-
you were dialed.
Then Korea messed me
Well,
up.
Czechia got you.
Czechia?
Czechia.
I believe it's Czechia.
Czechia.
Oh, in
It's
Czechia?
the
I
Czech
thought it was
Republic,
Czech. I
right?
apologize.
Czech
Yeah.
Republic.
Got it.
Czechia got
By the
you.
way, Jerry overshadowing Lib Bob going Chinese Taipei.
Chinese Taipei. That's what they're calling on here. It'll always be Taiwan.
Yeah, I mean the guys like me and you, we say Taiwan.
I do recognize the sovereignty of the nation.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what a guy like me would do. Jerry.
Yes.
So if we're looking at the schedule coming up here, give us your picks. Give us Jerry's picks in the
You know,
WBC.
I love. Is that Friday schedule?
Yeah.
Give me Colombia money line, man.
Okay.
Give me against the Puerto Ricans, man. I think they dominate in every facet. You know, on the field, off the field,
Does this have anything to do with the fact that
in the bedroom.
your girlfriend's Colombian?
Nothing to do with that, Eric.
Okay,
Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. And I also like the Dominican Republic. They just I could see them winning it
Got a
all.
loaded team.
Yeah, they got. Is Vlad on that team? Guerrero?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they're winning.
Yeah,
They
Dominican
could win.
Republic is basically. I mean, them in the USA look like just all-star lineups,
Yeah.
like top to bottom.
Big T and I were talking about this yesterday with Jerks and Profar, suspended for the season,
Yeah.
MLB.
Yeah.
He should be allowed to play for the Netherlands.
No,
He should be.
should never be allowed
Big
to.
T.
He
doesn't
should be in
think
prison.
Big T doesn't think anybody should be. Also, doesn't think anybody should be allowed to play for anywhere that they weren't born in and grew up in.
I just think that Jerks and Profar, he's from a island nation,
From Curaçao, yes.
Curaçao, which is part of the Netherlands technically,
Yes.
I guess. But you should be allowed to do PEDs in the WBC.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not?
It's
Why
an
not?
exhibition.
Let's let these. If your roster's filled with guys that are not in Major League Baseball, and you want to dominate on a national level, show out for your country. Maybe you're not even from that country. Maybe it's like the American guys that are Italian that play for Italy.
Yeah,
and they
that's
just want to
Catino.
dominate the WBC for Italian pride. Let them do steroids.
Well, it's like the guy who was an electrician that struck out Shohei.
Right.
And became like, why can't he do steroids? And look,
Yeah.
T, then you could get to watch Profar play baseball.
I
this year.
don't want to.
time.
That
He
would be
should never
great.
He should be in jail.
That would be awesome. Dude.
I don't know if I can say he should be executed, so I won't.
we don't
but
say that.
it's a good thing I didn't.
Yeah.
He should just be in prison.
All right, coming up next, guys, we got questions from a third grader. We once again tap in to PFT's young and inquiring minds. And if you want to Get involved. You can go on Twitter, #AskWub. You can ask us anything, guys, and we'll get to the best questions throughout the show, maybe at the end of the show. To AskWub on Twitter. Question from the third grader next. More Wake Up Barstool. Okay, no names, but human DNA
Human DNA, yeah.
in the burgers.
Correct, yeah. Yeah.
And the implication is...
It's tastier.
I got no clue.
Where have you seen this?
All over.
But where?
Would one of those
TikTok.
places be? Yeah,
Okay.
TikTok.
Okay, yeah. All right, guys, just watch out. Whenever you're getting a cheeseburger this weekend, this week, make sure there's no human DNA in it.
Correct.
Ideally, that would be something that you would want to avoid.
You have to ask the cashier.
Yeah.
They have to tell
They
you.
would be in the know.
Yeah, they have to tell you.
What if
Legally,
you
they
found
have
out
to
that
tell
like the best place had human DNA though?
But like it tastes really. I mean, if
What
it's
does
the
that
best
mean?
burger,
DNA. It's not human meat.
I mean, I think
But
that's
what does
the
that
implication.
mean? DNA.
What if Buc-ee's had a little bit of human DNA and everything?
Be that as it may.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
You'd be like, I knew there
Let
was
he
something.
who's without sin cast the first stone.
A fresh brisket on the board.
Yeah, there
I
had to
mean,
be
come
something
on.
in there that made.
I love nothing gets me going like when they yell fresh hot brisket. On
It's electric.
It gets me going, man, and it just puts you in that. You're going to a college football game. It's the best, dude.
Brisket on the board. All right, guys. So we do it every single week. PFT has a stable of young third graders that he keeps well-fed, air-conditioned, taken care of, and they love sports. And so they ask us questions every single week. Let's see what our most curious young minds have for us here on this Thursday. This question from a third grader.
Let's see here. I believe this first one is from Phil in New York. Yeah, New York City. Phil says, if Barstool Sports was a sports team, who's getting the franchise tag? It's franchise tag season right now in the NFL, which the players don't like the franchise tag. I understand they want a long-term deal, but if you look at some of the numbers that you can get if you're like a tagged wide receiver, or I know Daniel Jones has a transition tag at the quarterback, you're getting a lot of money for that first year.
And it's somebody that they don't want to necessarily like you and Big Cat, y'all are locked up to like uber long term.
I was going to say you have to give us a list of people who we don't already have locked up because it's not like the whole team is.
Well, is Rico a franchise tag guy?
I feel like Rico's always on a one-year deal.
That's what I'm saying. He feels like a franchise tag guy to the max.
Which could be a good thing. Like Kirk Cousins played several years on a franchise tag, made a lot of money, and then he parlayed that into a lot of guaranteed money. Exactly. Like he's going to end up making $300 million over the course.
Well, and what's Rico's job show? Why am I blanking on the name right now?
Bosco Industries.
Yeah,
Bosco Industries. Just got season 2.
That's you're on the list, by the way, for pretending to forget the name.
No, dude.
Yeah,
that's a bad clip.
Bad clip.
Especially with March Madness coming up, dude.
Yeah,
trust me, I got in trouble
What's the name of that little show Rico does that you guys like to talk? It's Bosco Industries.
I saw him tweeting, and he was saying it's Bosco Industries season 2, and he said first show.
That's going to be a bad clip.
Without Dave or Big Cat, they didn't get canceled. So what I'm saying, in the Kirk Cousins analogy here,
very bad
he's
clip.
moving out of one-year contract.
We might have to skip this.
This was a
segment here.
tough clip for you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you.
I would say Smokes might be on a transition tag.
Okay, I can see that.
It's like, well, if you the transition tag is basically if you want them, you can have them, but just give us something.
You have to franchise tag Mincy.
Mincy's franchise. Again, we got a lot of guys that are on a series of one-year deals.
I don't understand. It's hard to keep track at Barstool of what's what. Like this entire time, I thought Rico was a big St. John's fan. And so, I mean, the other day, I'm tweeting positively about Patino and St. John's, and all of a sudden the Riders are ready to kill me, dude.
This guy doesn't know where he's at.
I know.
Literally, he can't read a map. He literally has no idea where he's at.
Bad, T-Bob.
All right, what's next? This comes from Lincoln, Los Angeles, California. Should Kyler Murray play baseball?
He should play in the World Baseball
Yes,
Classic.
keep
but
him away from the Falcons. Go play baseball.
You're worried about that?
Yeah.
Potential Falcon energy?
Yeah.
Wait, why do we think that like Kyler Murray's as bad as we think he is? Though I think we've gone too far.
Why do we think
he's
Kyler
too
Murray's
short.
as bad as we think he is?
Yeah, I'm rebounding though, because like.
Well, do you agree that if an NFL franchise had a quarterback it believed in and liked, it would keep that quarterback?
Yes.
Because his team is getting rid of him.
I agree with that. Unfortunately, the Cardinals are also reaching not this bad, but kind of New York Jet franchise territory a little bit.
Yeah.
Where I'm almost going to absolve the individual of their sins because of the franchise as a whole.
They failed him.
I think he played a part in it as well.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, he's still basically been like a 500 starter. The stats are kind of crazy. Like, it's like, I mean, the one that I went to yesterday, him, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, they're like the only players in their first 7 years to throw for 30K, run for 7.
Right.
Which, I mean,
I'm a body language guy, T-Bob.
no, he's terrible body language.
Body language.
He's first ballot Hall of Fame bad.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think there's enough tape out there on Kyler Murray to make other quarterback-needy teams really sell themselves on Kyler Murray. Like, there will be 4 teams, I bet, that talk themselves into Kyler Murray this offseason and say, we could see ourselves. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm selling
with the
myself
right
on
coaching,
Kyler Murray.
With the right coaching, that guy could be incredible.
Yes.
I actually think that there's a much better landing spot for him in free agency that I haven't heard talked about. Not baseball, not football.
Call of Duty.
Telluride.
The Bush.
The
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
Is
him
the
in
Bush,
pros,
is the
dude.
Bush interested?
May or may
in
not
Kyler
have
Murray?
already reached out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you
top of
seen,
it.
have you
Plans
seen
are in
his
motion.
stats on Call of Duty Double XP weekends?
Yeah. I know that.
Can't have that on your football.
Yeah, his football numbers go down when
Yeah.
we had the double XP weekends pick up.
Can I just say, for the record, if the Rams somehow convince Kyler Murray to come there as a backup,
Yeah.
then we're all screwed. Then Kyler Murray's going to be a Hall of Famer. Rams are going to win like 5 Super Bowls in the next 10 years. Stafford's going to retire. Easy transition to Kyler. McVay's going to have everything laid out for him.
All right, let's get to the next question here.
PFT, will you give Jerry $10,000 if he can point out the Czech Republic,
Sazekia.
on a blank map?
All right, Jared, go
Submitted
walk
by
up to the
PFT
board.
41. You know what, Jerry? I will. If you, you get one chance.
Yep.
And if
10K today.
$10,000 on the line for.
So can you?
for Jerry.
I'm gonna need to see. I'm gonna need to see North America too. Where is North America's not in here? I'm guessing.
No, North
America's
America's
not on
going to
this-
be far
North
to the
America,
west.
Far left.
I'll draw it over
Yeah.
here for you.
Yeah, there's North America over there.
That's really Canada. Here's California, and
Okay,
then there's
cool.
Mexico,
Mexico.
and then Texas, Gulf
All
of
right.
Mexico, Florida, New York,
So it's cold. It's cold. I'm guessing it's
That's not bad.
and then a bunch.
I'm guessing it's cold in Cheshire, right? It's a cold place.
I'm not answering that. Sorry, respect to Alaska.
I
left you
think
off.
so.
So I'm
Jared.
just going-
I'm not a geography guy either. I'm with you. I think
I'm just
so.
going off like base. Okay, like say the equator
right
is right
there.
here.
Yeah.
The equator's hot.
I don't think. Yeah.
Wait,
the
where-
equator may be there.
Let me draw the equator up there for you, Jerry. So you're
Yeah,
saying that's,
don't worry about the equator,
Are you
Jerry.
saying that's the equator?
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
equator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going right to
It seems like a small place.
Formerly part of the Soviet
I'm
Union.
gonna go small here. I'm gonna go really small.
That does anything for you?
Czechoslovakia, yeah.
I'm gonna go right here.
Oh,
So you're circling this one right here?
Yep.
Is that it?
Wait, can I actually? Okay.
No. I gotta say it's $10,000. No, wrong.
Is that? Hey, is that Belgium?
No.
to be honest, I know the area where it is. I don't know which one.
Switzerland.
Oh,
that was Switzerland.
Okay, that was Switzerland.
I would
Jerry.
guess.
Big D, you want to guess where we go? We got to go to break, but I'll
Yeah,
give you a
yeah,
quick
yeah.
guess.
I
Since
would
you're always
guess-
crapping on me about my geography.
I would guess here.
Not a bad guess. I
you have to
believe.
go more east?
Is that Serbia? That's right next to Croatia. I think that's maybe Bosnia.
All right, PFT, circle it,
Okay.
and then we got to go.
Final answer. This one right
I was
there.
very
Really?
close.
That's-
I was
what?
so close.
I believe
Oh,
that is
wow, I
the
thought it was
Czech
more
Republic.
east, dude. Okay, there
Yeah,
you go,
right,
dude.
right
I was
sandwiched
close.
between Germany and Poland, right up there.
I mean, I was so close.
Yeah.
Good guess, Jerry.
You were very close.
All right, guys,
$10,000.
coming up here on Wake Up Barstool, the first of our 3 bubble coaches. We got VCU head coach Phil Martelli Jr. coming up here on Wake Up Barstool. Don't go anywhere. More Whoop. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So right now, March Madness is here. So we're going to start talking to some of these coaches as we enter the most important time in college basketball. The product's incredible right now. And we got VCU head coach Phil Martelli Jr. joining the show. Coach Martelli, what's up, man? How we doing this morning?
Good morning, fellas. I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Doing very well. Like I said, college basketball's in the air. We're almost to the best time of the year. And look, man, you're a guy. Last year, Bryant brought that team to the tournament. Now first year at VCU on the bubble. trending positively. I'm going to start with a very broad question here, but I think it really does matter. And that is, as a coach, what is life like on the bubble? Do your processes change? Do you address this with your team? How are you managing that kind of tightrope act of being right there on the edge of it?
Honestly, it hasn't changed anything. I like math. I learned a lot of geography while I was waiting to come on, so I appreciate you guys for that. But I am a big math guy, and the only number we talk about is the next win. So we have 14 league wins. All we're talking about is getting number 15 tomorrow night at Dayton. And that's really the only thing we focus on. It's the only thing we talk about. I don't look at any of the prognostications about who's in, who's out. Obviously, you hear some of it on the peripheral, but yeah, I don't spend any time. It doesn't change anything. My preparation, our team preparation is exactly the same as it would be. And it helps coming from a place like Bryant where you're so locked into having to win the conference tournament.
Yeah.
So I know what that feels like. Like the pressure I felt on this day last year, the day after our last regular season game, leading into our conference tournament at Bryant, there was nothing like that because we were the best team and we should have won the championship. And so then you just start feeling that pressure of like, well, we have to win these next 3 games. We have to. There's no other choice. Where this is a little different of like, we just got to focus on winning these games. And whatever those 16 people in Indianapolis decide, a week from Sunday, that's what they decide.
Let's pretend hypothetically one of those 16 people is watching this show today, which I think statistically probably one of them is, right?
Yeah.
We can say that. So if that person's watching, what would you say to them about VCU?
Well, I do think we've played like one of the best whatever number of teams in the country, 25, 30 teams in the country over the last month. And, we took over obviously the end of March last year, put together a whole new staff, retained 4 guys from their team last year that went to the NCAA tournament and won the A10 championship. But they weren't key guys. They were a couple like marginal rotation guys, freshmen that were becoming sophomores, and then added 9 new guys. And we played a really hard non-conference schedule, by far the toughest in our conference. We played the hardest conference schedule because it's an unbalanced schedule. So you play 5 teams twice. Well, we've played St. Louis twice, who's obviously top 25. We played Dayton twice, who's sitting in 3rd place right now, right behind us. And George Mason twice, who's going to finish 5th, along with Fordham and Richmond, who are playing well. So, we played a really tough schedule. We were blending in a new team, new staff, new players, all those things, and played really tough games. We played Utah State to the last possession in a neutral site game the first weekend of the year. We played a really good Vanderbilt team, lost that game tight. Lost to NC State at NC State tight. Lost to New Mexico in a 1-possession game. Beat South Florida. Beat Virginia Tech. While we were still trying to grow and learn and become a real team with so much newness around us. And in the last month, we've played, like I said, we've played top 25 basketball. And I think that should account for something.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, John Rothstein, a guy I know that obviously being in college basketball, he famously says that a home game at VCU is more life-changing than a 10-day trip to Europe. Have you been to Europe? And if so, can you confirm his assessment?
I've never been to Czechia, but I have been to Europe. I think we're all just assuming Czechia is in Europe. I don't know if we all know that for sure, but we're assuming
I
that.
think so. Yeah,
It's
post-Soviet age.
Czechia? Would you call it?
Czechia.
Yeah, it's a confirmed European country. Yeah.
We'll never forget this now. Now I'm gonna be studying that map. They're gonna be like, hey, I should be looking at trying to figure out where Dayton is instead of learning where Czechia is. But yeah, it's an incredible place. I have been to Europe. I went as a senior in high school. My dad took his team to Italy, so we spent 10 days in Italy, which was awesome. I'd love to do that again. Maybe not right now in the world, but would like to go back at some point. And then my dad, and my brother, my brother's my associate head coach. He's been in coaching a long time as well. When Jimmy was an assistant, I think at Robert Morris or Rutgers, we went over to Finland and did a clinic with Bob McKillop, who was the longtime coach at Davidson, and his son Matt, who's the current head coach at Davidson. And we were in Helsinki, and I will tell you, the McKillops were like real they had like real European ties. They went and stayed at like a cabin with no electricity. Me, my dad, and my brother, we stayed at a Holiday Inn. We ate at a place called Manhattan Steakhouse or Manhattan Sports Bar. Or
Love
something.
that.
It was the most American place we could find. That was about as adventurous as we got. But I will concur that a trip to the Siegel Center is definitely life altering, and I think we need to get Wake Up, Barstool there next year.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, for you, it's definitely like, I mean, you're the coach there. So, yeah, it changed your life. You
No,
didn't move to
it's
Europe
incredible.
afterwards, yeah.
I'm blown away. Like I said it after my press conference the other night. Like I had high expectations for what it would be like. I had never been to the Siegel Center. My first day walking in there was the day of my press conference, and so I had never been there. And there's certain places, right? Like Fog Allen is synonymous with Kansas, and Rupp Arena's synonymous with Kentucky, and Pauley Pavilion with UCLA, and Cameron Indoor with Duke, and Siegel Center VCU is right there. When you say Siegel Center, people know what that means throughout the country, and that's a special thing for all of us.
Well, and Coach, you mentioned your father, and I mean, a legend in his own right. 34 years at St. Joe's, 24 years as the head coach. Guys, he was actually the co-captain with Jameer Nelson on not the 04 team, but 2003 St. Joe's.
Yeah.
So, what was it like for you?
Well, you left out, like me and Jameer, we averaged 22 a game.
Yeah. Exactly.
You combined to average 22 a game. He happened to average 21.8, and I averaged about 0.2. But
Yeah, that was a fun team, man. That was such a fun team.
Yeah, I mean, they're like burned into my brain. Yeah. But so a St. Joe's legend, St. Joe's family, and now here you find yourself earlier this year coaching against your alma mater, school where your father legend. What was that like professionally, emotionally to get to do that?
honestly, for me, it really wasn't that different. Because you get so wrapped up into each and every game, and there's certainly connections to every game. I have former teammates that we've coached against at different places, and really close friends and guys I've worked with, and things like that. So, for me, it wasn't. I did feel the emotion of a lot of people around me. My family, a couple people on my staff that have connections back there. So I did feel their emotion, but for me, it really was locked into, like, especially at that time, like, we got to win these games. And like I said, right now we're talking about number 15. I forget what number that was then. It was just like, all right, we need to go get number 3 or 4 or 5, whatever that number was. So the familiarity of the uniform is something, but it also didn't carry a ton of like extra emotion, just because all these games are so emotional and hard.
And you mentioned the Dayton game a couple of times. That's going to be a tough one, traveling to Dayton tomorrow night. They've won 6 in a row right now. What are you seeing out of this Dayton team? And kind of what are your keys to going on the road when the pressure is starting to mount and making sure that you add number 15?
Yeah, especially Dayton's an awesome place to play. Like, I would say outside of the Siegel Center, probably the best environment in the conference. They have great fans. They always have. Obviously, back to when I was playing, we spent a lot of time in that arena. My last Atlantic 10 game ever was we lost in the semifinals at Dayton against Dayton in the A10 tournament. And have been there a number of times since. Played in the playing game. I coached in the last original or single playing game at UD Arena when I was at Niagara. We played Florida A&M. We played there our first championship team at Bryant. We were in the first 4. We had to play Wright State, who is literally down the street from Dayton. I could see Wright State's arena from my hotel, which didn't seem real fair. But been back in that arena quite a bit. But this will be the first time back for an A10 game. Those fans are loud, they're passionate, but they're really good. They root for their team. They're not some of these places you go and they just want to be like overly negative and just like try to get in your head and do that. The Dayton fans are more, they're into their team, right? And
Yeah.
they're into the game, and they appreciate good basketball, and they have a strong IQ for the game, kind of like our fans do. Just really passionate, but also really knowledgeable. So we're excited. I mean, Anthony Grant's a hell of a coach. He's one of the people, I have to, kind of lay my hat down to, because he's one of the guys that got this VCU program really up and coming. When he was the head coach of VCU, they beat Duke in the first round, and not a whole lot of people I have more respect for as a coach and as a man than Anthony Grant, and he's got those Dayton Flyers playing really well.
Coach, when you were growing up, did you always call your father Dad, or did you ever call him Coach?
I always called him Dad, and it is funny. There are people that I know that even when I was playing for him, maybe there were times like in practice, but outside of that, I always call him Dad. He does not like to be called Coach. He would always tell people, like, the players can call me Coach because I'm their coach. Yeah. But like you guys don't call me Coach. Like,
Phil,
this is a disagreement that me and T have had a lot.
I have a journalism degree, contrary to many people's belief, and I was taught you do not call a coach. They're not your coach. You're a man. You have a name. If you notice, I called you Phil. I hope you're okay with that.
More than acceptable. That is my
guys.
name.
They always go Coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not your coach.
Yeah, but to me, Coach, I respect the. It's like a doctor.
I do too.
It's like a
he's
doctor.
a man. He's got a
But
name.
a doctor went to school to be called doctor.
Yeah, you went to school to be a coach. You just didn't go to medical school. You went to coach
I
school.
throw on some sweats and go to work every day. I don't know if it's the same as going and.
Thank you, Phil. You're the
Bill,
best.
you have
Coach.
Coach. You have a PhD in coaching. Bottom line, a lifetime in the game.
If a man has a whistle around his neck, I'm calling him Coach.
Bottom line.
You know what that is, T-Bob? That's like you grew up in football.
Yeah.
And you were just taught, like, every adult male that has a clipboard and a whistle, you show them respect.
Yes.
You call them Coach.
Yes, 1,000%.
I think it's more respectful to call a man by his name.
No way. Dude.
I don't know about that. I feel like, you know what? It depends on the person that you're talking to. Guy like you, Phil, I'm pretty sure you would prefer Phil, right?
I'd much prefer Phil.
If somebody called you Coach, you'd be like, Coach is my dad. I'm Phil. Just call me Phil.
Yeah, like for me, that's it. I'm just Phil. Like I'm very fortunate to get to do what I do. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I get to hop in my car after this and go to work with a sweatpants and a sweatshirt on.
Oh
yeah. I wish I could say all of my job was just watching film and working on plays and all that. There's obviously lots of parts of the job, especially nowadays, that don't involve that. But no, I mean I coach those players, but other people, I'm just I just want to be hanging on set with you guys and just be one of the guys hanging out trying to find locations on the map and whatever else.
Part of the coaching job now is to go on Wake Up Barstool and to politic for your team to get into the big dance. Well, I like you. I think I'm now a VCU guy. I'm a Virginian, so I have to support. Like we had a good rivalry for a while. JMU, VCU, two teams went at it a little bit. But I gotta side with my guy Phil. I like Phil. I like the Rams. I guess I'm in the Ramley right now.
I consider Phil and myself acquaintances now. Let's get Rick Barnes on the horn. Let's have Tennessee play at the Siegel Center next year, and we'll all go.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, Phil.
I'm all for it.
Big Tennessee fan here.
Yeah, I hope we don't have to beat you in the tournament, Phil.
Hey, Coach Barnes, he's another great one, man. Like that's another guy that I look up to, and he's done it. He's done it, and I got a feeling they could make a big run, in the next couple of weeks.
Well, you're doing it, Coach, and congrats. Best of luck continuing to do it tomorrow night at Dayton. Going to be electric. Coach Phil Martelli Jr., thank you, Coach.
No, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for covering us and covering the sport and all that you're doing.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Bye, Phil.
Thanks.
Would you call Saban Nick?
Probably not.
Okay. There is a line. I just had to make sure there's a line somewhere.
What do you call Coach Gruden?
No way you call him
call
John.
him Coach, but that's because he requested that as a nickname.
He's also kind of our coach here.
Yeah, he is my
coach.
coach.
All right, more Wake Up coming up next. What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Right now, it's time once again, guys, to get out the Lazy Susan, put it on the table there, okay? Because I got some NFL tapas for us. We're little small plates. So we're going to share them, eat them up, split them around the room, see how they taste.
Jambas.
And we'll start with a pretty hardy one here as all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie being traded from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams giving up their first-round pick, 29th overall, fifth-round pick, sixth-round pick, and a 2027 third-round pick. Let's start, because there's two different perspectives here. Let's start from the Rams' perspective, PFT. Adding Trent McDuffie. Already the Rams have been knocking on the Super Bowl door the last couple of years. How do you feel about this move?
I mean, Rams are just perpetually in win-now mode. It must be nice having an elite head coach and a Hall of Fame quarterback who just thinks to himself, I'll just keep coming back every year. We have a chance. So they don't need the picks.
No, they don't.
F them picks, right?
They're back to F them picks.
F them picks.
But then when they had the picks, they drafted like Verse and Fisk and were awesome with it.
They're good with picks.
And now they're just like, okay, no, screw
a
it.
first-round pick.
Yeah, and they still, exactly.
They got for James Pierce.
Yeah.
Right, that's
who's
right.
in jail.
So they get the Falcons' first-round pick. Yeah, that's true. So this is not the Falcons' first-round pick.
No, this is
They traded their
they
first-round
have the
pick.
better
They have a
one.
better pick, so
Yes.
they are picking in the top. Yeah, I mean, this is a great move. I think it's. I hate to say win-win because there's never really any such thing as a win-win. Always somebody's.
You don't
getting
think?
fleeced. Someone's always getting fleeced, T-Bob. You know that. You know that.
Is that true, Jared? Do you think somebody's always getting fleeced?
I would say yeah.
Because you're a deal maker. I'm not a deal maker.
Yeah,
I'm
I would
gullible.
say
So
yes.
my instinct is like, no, everybody wins.
That means that you're
Both
getting
happy.
fleeced.
Yeah.
You're the one that's.
Dude,
getting
I'm the
fleeced.
mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this case, this might be the first true win-win in the history of trades.
First ever.
First ever. I'm calling it the first ever win-win because the Rams do have that top 10 pick, courtesy of James Pierce, who's in jail. And you give up a haul. Like the Chiefs got an absolute haul of picks for this guy.
Crazy.
And he's a great player. Like it does stink for the Chiefs losing a great player like that. But you got to trust your defensive coordinator and figure that you're going to find some gold here with these picks that you got. And for the Rams, it's great. You're giving up a pick you don't really need, a luxury pick, and you're getting an awesome player on your team.
Bro, the Chiefs got 3 picks in the top 40 now.
When's the last time besides Verse, when's the last time they drafted somebody in the first round?
Production. Let's get our excellent behind-the-scenes production team on that.
Todd
Jared Verse is
Gurley.
the one that I think of. I don't know.
I feel like it's been years.
Well,
it's
yeah,
been a
I mean,
while.
for years they kept just kicking the can, trading for players that are known quantities right now.
Wild.
Okay, Jared Goff in 2016.
Whoa.
Wow.
Is that true? Is that true?
that true?
So from 16 to 24, they didn't have a first-round pick?
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, I knew it was a long time. I didn't know it was
Well, I
that
guess
long.
they gave up several of them for Goff, right? Because that was the Titans pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they moved up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so F them picks, but it kind of not really because they still have picks. What about the Chiefs? Because not only are they going to play an easier schedule last year since they kind of faltered, right? But now they have picks 9, 29, and 40.
Yeah, they're gonna
in this year's draft.
They're gonna get somebody really fast.
Yeah.
That's all I'm for sure about with the Chiefs. Who's
Is that
the
what you think
fastest
they're aiming?
player in the draft?
The Mississippi State guy. Shout out Brandon Walker, Mississippi State wide receiver. I mean, I doubt he's going 9, but
Yeah. What's his name with a B?
yeah.
Brennan Thompson.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out Brandon Thompson.
Jeremiah Love's not going to be around, but if he was,
Chill out. We're trying to get Jeremiah Love in New Orleans.
I
That's all
think
the
that's
hype right
actually
now.
a real possibility.
That would be, I mean,
I saw some noise
hope
about
nobody
the
jumps
Commanders.
to him now.
I saw some noise about like the commies taking Love.
Y'all have bigger needs.
I
Y'all have
would
bigger
agree
needs.
with
You
that.
Back off.
I would agree with that, but he's a good player.
Back off Jeremiah Love.
Really
I know.
good
He was
player.
awesome. You see him at the combine? He looks incredible.
I love Love.
Okay, Stefon Diggs, also the news. Spin the Susan. Stefon Diggs being released by the New England Patriots. He was awesome last year. You see it right there. 86 catches, over 1,000 yards. It saves him a lot of money.
Yep.
And obviously Stefon Diggs comes with kind of baggage, right?
I would say baggies.
Yes, baggies.
Comes
yes.
to baggies. Yeah.
Yeah, Tusi baggies specifically. But yeah, so I mean, what's your interpretation of this move? Because I was kind of surprised because it seemed like this was the classic wide receiver who's always causing drama, had found his locker room where he was going to be like, they believed in him and these two sides are going to stick together.
I'd say if you're a bad team in the NFL, you should absolutely try to get Diggs on your squad because one thing is for sure, at the end of the year, he's going to do the thing where he watches the confetti fall and he thinks, man, that could be me. That could be me next year. And that, if you're a bad team, you would kill to be in a position
Where you're losing
where you
to
have a
confetti.
heartbreaking loss.
Yeah.
Like, the Jets would love to experience a heartbreaking loss, like a game at the end of the season that means something, you know? So yeah, you should absolutely look for him. He's had a bad month though. Well, no, I'll say this: he's had a crazy month.
Did him and Cardi B separate?
He's had a wild month. So he.
Wait, I feel like I've heard rumors they separated like 5 or 6 times.
Well, first
now.
he got engaged. There was that photo of him on a knee after the game. I got fooled by it. I thought that he got engaged. That was some fake news. But he fell in love. He went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Lost the Super Bowl. Got broken up with, and then had court. That's a hell of a couple weeks.
Oof, and now released.
Walk with me here.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, Stefon Diggs, Bijan Robinson, Drake London.
Ooh.
I mean, you walk with.
Now, I think Kyler Murray stinks, but
Yeah, I mean, you're the one that anytime we ever try to propose anything for Atlanta, you're the one that always poo-poos it and shouts it down. Are you saying you're in?
If they stink.
But you would believe in that. You would believe in the Bijan.
No.
Diggs?
You misunderstand. I will never believe in anything.
Okay.
I just think it would be entertaining as they lose.
Jared, what about you? You need a receiver, huh?
No, I don't want him. Nope. I'm going to pass on Stefon Diggs, but I will say I feel like this sets up just for A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, there's already the rumors are already crazy that
Yeah,
the Patriots
I
and
just
Goo
think
Goo
it's
are
just-
just.
I think it's a done deal already.
Yeah, is it inside sources? Is Jerry
No
reporting?
inside sources, it just seems that way.
Okay.
Jerry tampering?
No.
Jerry, have you tampered with any players? Be honest. The DMs.
Yeah, for sure.
Who have you tampered with?
Yeah,
Who are you? Who's at the top of your list to get to Pittsburgh?
Like you want me to go like back in time or like?
No, like this season.
Oh, this season?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, nothing this season.
No, but
Have you
who
done it? Have you
tampered?
done a successful tampering before?
Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I think I tampered with that in the draft. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you can tamper with it. That was a smoke screen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was pretty much. I mean, that was my 1-1.
Who's your guy in the draft this year? Because usually you
Sonny. Seen Sonny. Love
Sonny Styles?
Love Sonny.
Yeah, I mean, how could
I don't know
you
where
not?
he's going though.
You
I'm
know,
not
we
familiar
thought
with college football.
we
so I
thought
don't-
this was going to be Nico's draft.
Yeah,
and
no.
Did, yeah. What's are we gonna do another offseason of Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I think it's the way it seems. I
Are
kinda
you ready
hate
for
it.
that?
Oh, I already announced it. He's back. I think
Okay. All right then.
Yeah, no,
That was a
Jerry
guarantee.
guaranteed it
you
on the
missed
You
show.
missed it. You
Yes,
missed it.
that.
You missed it. Yeah.
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 Oh well, then we don't need to tune Pat back if he showed. Jerry announced he's back.
It's
yeah.
a done deal already. I mean,
Yeah, there's all kind of. He's out here saying he's not decided on his future
yeah.
yet. Nah,
There's no
come on.
contract in front of him. I mean, come on, buddy. Just say you want to still play. It's all good.
What about the Maxx Crosby saga? So Michael Silver had a really good piece on the Raiders and just kind of pointing out kind of how dysfunctional the franchise can be. I mean, Brady basically has like the majority of decision-making power, but he lives in Florida and has a very like full-time job that he's actually getting very good at in the booth. But I mean, Crosby, like they've kind of bounced back and forth. It seems clear now he's going to be on the move. What would you give up for him? Would you do the 2 first-round picks? Because that's where the bar is set, thanks to Micah Parsons.
Yes, I would do 2 first-round picks. I feel like Maxx Crosby, he's as sure of a guy that you can hit on. Like
Plays every down too. Every down.
Yeah. The knock against him, if you read the article, the knock against Maxx Crosby is that he plays too hard.
Yeah. Wait, I
practice-
love that. It was like Coach Gruden getting mad at him for dominating practice too much.
So I think we saw some of that. We saw maybe in Hard Knocks or some of the behind-the-scenes footage of Raiders practice, Max hitting quarterbacks in practice. But then in this Michael Silver article, it talked about how they've had to pull him aside several times and say, "Stop hitting our quarterbacks, please." and he is such a competitor that he will not stop hitting quarterbacks and not stop trying to dominate practice.
But that's a look at me move. Everybody on that field knows that quarterback is a $300 million investment. You do not try to hurt that guy. And then the guys who go, "Oh, I actually care so much.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna let up."
That is a look at me move, but he should be looked at. He's the alpha.
He is,
Like
yeah.
if you want to not get hit as a quarterback, be good enough to earn Maxx Crosby's
Everyone
respect.
on that field is a professional, and they know what they're supposed to do.
If Maxx Crosby had a quarterback that he respected, he wouldn't hit him.
That's a good point. Yeah.
If he had a
We're talking about
real
Geno
ass
here.
quarterback.
Sure, but
We
but
go
the
through the
point
list.
stands.
We go through the list
Wait,
of quarterbacks
PFT
that he's played with.
You know what the most shocking part of the Silver article was? That Chip Kelly was the highest paid OC in the NFL last year.
Wow.
3 years, $18 million Kelly got.
He's coming off a strong year.
No, I get it. I mean, Ohio State, natty, I guess, but still 3 years, $18 million, and then that's what you got?
And then I feel like they danced around it a little bit, but they talked about the Alex Guerrero factor.
I know, I wanted
TB12
more
guy.
juice. I wanted more juice,
So,
so they hinted at it.
I'm kind of the Michael Silver whisperer. I run into him like 3 times a year at the Super Bowl, at the Combine. He's usually got a full bottle of wine in his hand, and we sit down, we have a little conversation.
He's so California cool, seeming.
He's a cool guy. I like Michael Silver a lot, but I could tell, and I haven't spoken to him about this, but there's way more that he did not write about Alex Guerrero.
Because it was
So, like a little, he just like threw a little crumb at us. And he's
Yeah.
like, enjoy this.
In the article, it is inferred or intimated that maybe Guerrero, who we all know, TB12 method, that's like Tom Brady's kind of personal trainer, right-hand man kind of type, that he has a bit too much power in the Raiders organization, but they don't go into details.
Yeah. Now, at the Combine last week,
And that Maxx Crosby expressed frustration.
there were 2 offers that were made. The Raiders were listening to at least 2 offers, per my sources, regarding Maxx Crosby. Despite the fact that Spytech said that they were not listening to offers, he personally listened to 2 offers at the Combine. From Big Cat and from me.
I was going to say, y'all created this. Y'all created the story, right?
I offered a first-round pick and Deron Payne from the Washington Commanders for Maxx Crosby. I think his answer was like he's going to have to think it over. So Big Cat also offered, I believe, a first-round pick, and I forget who else on the Bears. Maybe the contract rights to Dahlman. We'll throw that in.
I mean, I was going to say, the Bears, dude. The Bears, it looked like they were all of a sudden going to land Crosby, the odd shot to minus, and then Drew Dahlman retires out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Is Dahlman a Stanford guy?
Yeah.
They're too smart, dude.
Wasn't there another guy that went to Stanford that retired really early?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're too smart
There's
for
a
their own
linebacker.
good.
Yeah.
And he was awesome.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Luck retired too early. No, the linebacker. Was he in San Francisco?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, the linebacker. Was it Borland? Was that his name?
He was a beast, dude.
Not Bowman.
He was a
no.
beast, though. But him, Luck, Dahlman, all these Stanford guys, they're too smart. They're too good with their money. Like Dahlman got the big signing bonus. He knew he doesn't have to put his body on the line anymore, that he can make that money work for him. They got to be a little dumber.
So
By the way-
it was Chris Borland. He was from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he went to Stanford, but he did play in the Bay Area in the NFL.
He feels like a Stanford player. White
definitely
guy.
felt
Have
like
you
a-
tried Maxx Crosby's underwear brand?
No, is it nice?
no.
Good underwear.
Really?
Saks.
Okay. Oh,
That's Maxx Crosby's?
That's why it's SAXX.
I was going to ask if that's how he spelled it.
I did not know
No
that.
free ads, but actually not a free ad. They do spend money with us.
They did. I don't know if they still do, but it's great stuff.
Is it really nice?
It's wonderful.
I don't
You
know how
talk
much
about,
we can get into on air, but it's got support.
You talk about pouch protection?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the
It's like a
Saks.
push-up bra.
But also
Yeah.
Saks,
It
the
creates
quarterback.
a good D-Day?
Listen, I'm like a tall, standard pocket passer. I'm just tall, cool, collected, just staying still, statuesque in the pocket.
Well, it's very known that I have a lot of holes in my underwear. You think I should
Yeah,
check
yes.
it out?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Shout out. Coming up next, we're hoping to get Mark Titus in here. We also got Ohio State head coach Jake Diebler joining the show. Don't go anywhere. More Wake Up Barstool next. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. We got our guy back. The Thursday crew is complete once again. Mark Titus back here. Life on the bubble. As an Ohio State fan, Marky feels
Hey,
better than it did last week.
We
huh?
might be off the bubble, T-Bob.
Let's go,
We might be off the
dude.
bubble now.
Let's
Life is
go.
good. I'm very happy. But as you know, it's a game-by-game thing. But right now, we're feeling good. The Buckeyes are feeling good.
Back-to-back wins, first time since January, beating Purdue, beating the hell out of Penn State. Who better to talk to than Ohio State head coach Jake Diebler? Coach Diebler, what's going on, man?
Let's
Thank
go.
you for joining us this morning, man. How we doing?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Doing well. Just getting ready for the next one. You know how it is this time of year. We're coming off a good one shot like Mark Titus shoots. Last night. Regardless of his stories, that's one thing he could do is shoot.
Thank you,
We
Coach.
were fortunate to have the 3-ball rolling last night, and our guys played well, man. Excited about the win.
All right, Coach, we have to talk about the bubble situation. So I'm living in the trenches for you. I'm curious, as the head coach of a program that is in these conversations, how much are you paying attention to it? How much are you like, I need to just coach my guys? Because some coaches seem to be stumping. Some coaches seem to be like, I got to get in front of camera. I mean, I guess you're on this show, so that's kind of what you're doing now.
laptop.
But some coaches are like, we got to make our case. Other coaches are like, I just got to lock in and coach my team. Where do you fall in that situation?
Listen, if you're in college basketball, you have an awareness of what's going on, right? So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have no clue where we're at, but I am focused on helping our guys be ready. because there's so much outside noise right now that we have to have tunnel vision, laser focus. And, our guys have done that. I think that combined with the fact that we're actually a lot healthier than we've been is a big reason why we're playing the way we are. So we got to keep doing that. I think our metrics and all that stuff will speak for themselves. We're in a good position from a net and that WAB stat that they're talking about. So I like where we're at, but you know what? We got to focus on the task at hand, and that's a big game against Indiana on Saturday.
Yeah, how much do you have to keep up with the stats that they use? Because I do feel like they change the criteria every 4 or 5 years about okay, now this number, we've discovered a new number. The scientists in the back just figured out that this one is more important. So how in touch with all those formulas do you have to stay as a head coach?
You got to have awareness, but I think, listen, those guys in that room have a really tough job, right? Because there's so many teams and there's so much that happens throughout the course of the year. There's different storylines I think that need to be considered. For us with the time we've missed with our starters, that's impactful. And now you look at us being healthy and how we've played lately. I think that needs to be considered, but I don't envy the guys who have to make those decisions. I think they're trying year by year to continue to find some more consistency and develop the perfect formula. It's an imperfect science, but it's the best postseason, event in all of sports, in my opinion. So, we're excited about the opportunities in front of us, certainly.
Yeah, that's good politicking to be like they have a a really hard job. I respect the hell out of it.
Make it feel good.
Those guys are my heroes.
Yeah, is that equivalent to plugging Ohio State there? Is that?
Well, I mean, Coach, me and Tate. First of all, you're aware of Tate, right?
Yes.
You can be honest with us. How do you feel?
I met him before. Yeah, I met him before.
Is it a bit much?
He was dressed an interesting way. I met him at a football game.
Was he outside your house, looking through the window?
He was decked out in Buckeye gear, head to toe, man. And I saw him at a football game. But yeah, I know who he is.
I talked to him, and we decided we will be your directors, your co-directors of propaganda. If you just want to focus on coaching the boys, we will do whatever it takes to not only put Ohio State on a pedestal, we will drag every other bubble team down.
Hell yeah.
Whatever depths we have to. So
great, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
hey, while you're at it, do some NIL fundraising too.
Okay.
Yeah, open up that pocketbook.
All of that stuff combined. If you're gonna join the crew, man, let's get you all in. All right.
We got to do that as well. So there was a tweet circulating a couple days ago. Someone went through and counted all of the scholarship players in Division I that are seniors who have spent 4 or 5 years at one school. And there were only 22, and it was an illuminating look at what college sports have become. This used to be commonplace, and now it's not. And there are only 22 guys in power conference schools that have spent 4 or 5 years. I mention this because one of them is your captain and your best player, Bruce Thornton, who on Sunday will have his senior day and is 12 years away from setting the program record. What does he mean to the program? And when he eventually breaks the record, what will be going through your mind? What are some of the thoughts you're feeling as we approach that?
Yeah, listen, I think the thing that makes Bruce special, and I've known him now for about 6 years. I remember the first time I talked to him before his junior year of high school. And, as good of a player as he is, as hard as he works, as tough as he is, he's an even better young man. And he's earned this, I think, consistency at such a high level he's played at. And, the impressive thing, it's going to be an emotional day Saturday, certainly. I mean, he's like part of our family. But the impressive thing that I think, while he's chased this scoring record, is we've had a chance to celebrate just some absolute special players that have come through this program. And you look at the names that he's passed just this season, it's a reminder of how great this program has been, the talent that's come through here. And, he's established himself with the consistency he's operated with over 4 years, to be in those conversations as an all-time great of the program. And then when you're a first-time head coach and you're trying to build a new program and start something new, you want to have a player that you can lean on to help enforce the standard and build the culture. And so, that was the first conversation I had when I got the job was with Bruce and talked about just what we could build, the legacy opportunity that was in front of him. And he loves Ohio State. So I think you couple all that stuff together, it's really made for a special, for him, 4 years. And we're hoping we can go out the right way for him on Saturday.
Are we worried at all that he's going to be focusing on the record? Is that a concern?
Not at all. He hasn't been focused on it at all. All he cares about is winning, and that's again just a sign of who he is. Now we need him to break that record, right? Like because he's an important part of our offense, but Hop's going to be here, Mark, and that'll be Dennis Hops, and that'll be a special day. An all-time great in the program to help. We'll get to celebrate him as well. So, but we got some business to handle.
I wasn't in attendance when he broke my mark.
Why didn't they invite
me
you
back when he passed me for 368th all time on the list?
Is that where you are?
I think I'm 369 right now. Yeah.
Oh damn! You got bumped down.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that you know that. I love that.
Oh, I refresh it all the time, Coach. It's important. As more time goes on, I'm falling fast.
But you're such a good teammate. You want these guys to surpass what you've built.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, Coach. Like, if it helps the team, I will donate my 9 points to Bruce, so he doesn't even have to think about it. He's only 3 away. Just have him hit 1 3. I will give all of my 9 points to Bruce, so it's not on his mind. So he's just focusing on winning the game.
He can't erase your place in the history book of this program. So I got to tell you guys a story. When my brother was playing here, I came back. I was back in the summer and watched a workout. They had an early morning workout, and back then you had to walk past the weight room to get to the locker room. And so we're in there early morning, and the workout started, and here comes this guy walking past the window. Now, mind you, right? He's obviously late. He's got a mesh Mankind shirt on with a corduroy hat, and just walks by, and you can see this smirk on his face. He just walks in the locker room, doesn't say anything, walks back out, gets changed. The strength coach at the time goes and takes the seat off the stationary bike, and he just walks right, doesn't say a word, just walks right over, gets on a bike and starts pedaling. That was kind of the most memorable Mark Titus moment I have.
I was well over an hour late to work.
Wait, what?
It was like a 6 a.m. Situation, and I set my alarm for 5:30 p.m. I did one of those.
Oh yeah.
And I woke up at I must have woke up at 7:15 for a 6 a.m. workout, and I just walked in. I didn't even say a word. I knew I was busted.
Coach, did you say he took the seat off the bike?
Took the seat off the bike, and I don't know. It felt like he was in there for forever. I mean, I don't know where it went, but it was.
So you couldn't sit down. You weren't sitting down on the pole.
You couldn't sit down on the.
Oh, okay.
No. T-Bob got excited there for a second. He was like, that sounds good. Nice.
I just want to make sure we all understood what was going on there.
What's the brand name of this particular?
Hey, Coach, speaking of your brother, I got a bone to pick. Last night, Junie Mobley goes 8 for 9 at Penn State. Coincidentally, 15 years ago at Penn State, when we played at Penn State, your brother, John, set at the time was the Big Ten record. Thankfully, it's been broken. He no longer has the record, but it's still the Ohio State record. He hit 10 threes at Penn State. Mobley was hot. He was hitting from all over. Why? I mean, we both know your brother. Obviously, we both love him. But you and I agree on this, that he is annoying as hell when it comes to things like this. That every time I see him, he brings up that he has this record, that record. He's a better shooter than me. This and that. Last night we're up by 1,000 points. Did it enter your brain at all that we have to let Junie Mobley break John's record so he will finally shut the hell up about having the program record for most threes in a game?
It's a great question, and unfortunately, I had no clue he had that many threes.
Oh, damn, dude! You had a chance.
Because if I did, it's hard enough. I got to walk around the hallways here and see his picture. And which, speaking of, I don't know why we don't have your picture up somewhere. We got to fix that. But John's in the record books here too, and it's special. It's a big reason why this program has meant so much to me. Is it's more than a job. I've seen what this place did for him and the rest of his life and our family. But make no mistake, I would love to recruit somebody or have someone here, and it'd be great if it can be Mobley even before this season ends. Break his in-game record, break his all-time record, all that stuff, because that means we got a really good player who can certainly light it up.
Yeah, Coach, what wrinkles do you have this time of year? How much tweaking are you doing to your game plans on a game-to-game basis, knowing that each time you step foot on the floor, they do mean more? I know they, feel like at the totality of the season, every game means the same, but right now, you can feel that pressure. So are you just trying to optimize what you know that you're good at right now? Or are you actually changing things on a night-to-night basis?
Yeah, we're definitely playing to our strengths. I think that's important, but we've identified some things that we needed to get better at as the year went on. And I think we're finally doing that. It's helped being healthy. When we have everybody out there, we have multiple playmakers on the court. That allows you as a coach to be creative. And so we'll do that in game. We'll find, maybe add an action here or there that we feel like could be successful for that particular defensive coverage we're seeing. And then on the other side, this time of year, I think you got to try to take away the other team's strengths. And sometimes it may be one or two sets particular that is coming, and you can take them out of that, be disruptive. We're trying to be more disruptive defensively. So we got a connected group that allows us to scheme and do some things a little bit more, but make no mistake, it's mostly about playing to your strengths right now.
I guess what I'm getting at is, like, are you still putting in blobs? When's the last time you had a new blob that you were really excited about?
Yeah, a couple games ago we did, but we'll draw some stuff up out of a timeout. Try to catch teams off guard. We got a really smart group. Like, this is a group that you can draw something you've never ran before, go out and execute. We've actually been really good out of timeouts and special situations this year, and that's because we've got a high IQ connected group. So try to be a little creative at times and draw up some things. Your job as a coach ultimately is put guys in an advantage situation. Basketball is a make or miss game, and I'm one of those guys that just like to let players play and give them freedom and let them go out and be aggressive, but got a responsibility to certainly put them in an advantage. And our guys have done a good job in those situations this year.
Coach, Big Ten
got
tournament.
any suggestions though? Go ahead and
we got
Mark's
a couple.
got, go ahead and send them my way.
We got a couple blob guys. We got a couple slob guys.
We have a lot of slob guys at Barstool. We have a lot of slobs, but we got a few blob guys. Coach, Big Ten tournament next week. It's just around the corner from our office, from where we're at right now. If you need me to give, I don't know if you saw the Aaron Judge speech that he gave to the Team USA, but if you need me to come over and give the boys a pump-up speech like that, I'm willing to do that for you. I just wanted to let that be known.
Well, you know how much I love having former players around, and someone with your expertise, I think, could be really valuable with the deep run. Don't let these guys. Hey, remind these guys about the deep run you made in March. All right, so we could use some of that experience talking to our team, certainly.
We do call him March Titus.
That's right. This is Mark.
That's right. Yeah. That's how we know him. That's how we know him around here too.
January, February, Mark.
Coach, thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Best of luck. Kick Indiana's ass this weekend, man.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Ohio State head coach Jake Diebler.
Thanks, Coach.
That was fun.
Awesome.
That was fun.
You call him Coach?
Yeah, not. I just felt like it's right on TV, out of respect. Yeah. I don't. No.
Big T.
We had a conversation with Phil Martelli. He prefers Phil.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it.
It's really. I only call coaches that coach me coach. Really.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
And because he's your coach.
Yeah, he was my coach.
Totally.
But Jake is Jake.
Right.
But
What do you call Gruden?
I was helping him.
You call him.
Yeah, you got to call him.
Yeah.
His legal first name feels like it's coach at this point.
All right, well, let's put it to the test once again. As coming up next, we got Santa Clara head coach Herb Sendek joining the show. Get to it next here on Wake Up Barstool. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. We continue our journey with coaches on the bubble as March Madness is right around the corner. And right now, we head out west to Santa Clara with head coach Herb Sendek. As Santa Clara right there. I mean, you see the record guys, great WCC. What's up, Coach? How we doing today, man?
Doing great. Thanks, fellas.
All right, let's start here, because when you think about your conference, nationally, we normally think about St. Mary's, we think about Gonzaga. Tell us about Santa Clara a little bit and why y'all should be in the tournament, why the conference deserves more than just the two bids.
Yeah. The reason you think about Gonzaga and St. Mary's is because of their remarkable sustained success, right? What Mark Few and Randy Bennett have done at those respective programs is absolutely incredible. And the good thing is it's really forced the rest of us in the WCC to invest more, to be better, and it's helped raise the bar. To be quite honest with you, I really don't spend any time handicapping the bubble.
Really?
You know, it seems like right now every game that's played among this group of teams is a referendum on whether they're in or out, if not their season. So I find in order to keep sane, try to have a good practice today, try to get ready for the next game. And I know this, the more we win, the better chance we have.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. How are you able to keep your team together over the years? I was reading about you a little bit, and you guys have a roster that they stick around. They meet you, and they don't want to go anywhere else. What is it about that culture?
Yeah, that's a great question, you know. But Santa Clara is an amazing place. And I think the culture in our basketball program is a microcosm of the university. It's the kind of school you want to send your son or daughter. And, I think it's also a reflection of who we recruit. We recruit outstanding young men from great families. And we work hard, but we try to have fun.
It seems like a great place to go to school, too.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the substation, the electric substation in Santa Clara that the 49ers were afraid of by their practice facility? Has that crossed your desk at all?
Yeah, no, I've heard about it, and I've been there, and don't have any insight to share.
Just keep the guys away from it.
Yeah, no, we went up there last year, saw a scrimmage against the Broncos, and everything seemed perfectly fine that day. But your heart has to go out to the Niners, man. The injuries they've had to overcome have been insane, and what Kyle Shanahan does despite that, together with his staff, is incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Coach, Santa Clara's maybe their most famous moment in the NCAA tournament was Steve Nash, the Steve Nash teams, and he kind of put Santa Clara on the map. And I'm curious, like Steve Nash has now won multiple MVPs. He's obviously the best player in the history of the program. How much does he get involved with the program? How do we get him more involved? How do we get Steve Nash to remind everybody that he once played for a great program that you're running now?
Well, he does remain involved. And coincidentally, he sent me a text last night. So we're on his mind. I know we're in his heart. Whenever he has a chance to come to campus, he does. When he is here, he is always gracious with his time. He meets with student athletes. He talks to teams. He visits with coaches. And if we're down in the Southern California area, he's open to getting together for a bite to eat. Talk basketball anytime. A few years ago, his entire team was inducted into the Santa Clara Hall of Fame. They wanted to induct Steve, and his response was, if I'm going into the Hall of Fame, I want all of my teammates to go together with me.
Damn.
Just another example of the kind of person he is.
Wow, class act.
Good guy.
Coach, I was reading up on your history a little bit, and by that I just mean the Wikipedia page. You were valedictorian of your high school, right? I know you came. Your dad used to be a coach and whatnot. Did you always know that you were going to be a basketball coach? I feel like a lot of times coaches maybe not the not the most academically inclined. That's all I'm saying. You don't see a lot of guys who are also valedictorians.
Well, what happened was I was in gyms since I've been in diapers. My dad was a coach. He always made time for me. He was never going to be with somebody too important to have a youngster tagging at his pants legs. He just went out of his way to include me. And so I grew up in an unbelievable sports environment together with him and any number of other coaches in the Pittsburgh area who were great role models and inspired me to want to coach. But when I went to college, the intention was to get a degree and, do well in schools so I could get a job. And then it wasn't until the spring of my senior year where I really kind of just put all that aside and dove into coaching and was really fortunate, incredibly blessed to get an opportunity to go to Providence as a graduate assistant under Rick Pitino. And, I was on my life's career path at that point.
Coach, what is it about Western Pennsylvania? We talk about like Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio. It feels like there's so many coaches. whether it's basketball or football, that come out of that area. What is it about that area that produces coaches?
Well, I really believe it's a cultural phenomenon. If you go back, that area was very much a blue collar area. You had the coal mines, you had the steel industry, and the outlet that people had in their communities was sports. And they rallied around their high school teams, the colleges, with great pride. And that environment, I think, also produced really tough-minded, hardworking people that was ingrained in them. I had two grandfathers that were both coal miners, and when you see somebody come home from working in the mines and you can only see the whites of their eyes and you know how hard that work is, those kind of lessons are passed on, if not verbally, by just witnessing what you see. If you see somebody come home from working in the steel mills on a 10-hour shift. And so I think all of that is kind of ingrained in that area through the generations of really hardworking people, many of whom came to the United States, with nothing more than the clothes on their back.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, I got one more question for you I want to throw by you. So I was lucky enough to practice for Thad Matta at Ohio State, and sometimes he'd let me play. Every so often, he'd throw me in there. I believe you gave him his first job ever. Do you have any memories of a young Thad Matta? He never really shares details about, his early days coaching. He keeps that close to the vest. So I was curious if you could break the facade for me a little bit. Do you have any memories of a young Thad Matta, his first ever coaching job?
Absolutely. So we were at Miami of Ohio. Thad one summer came to work our camp. I was blown away by his love of the game, his basketball IQ. And subsequently, when we had an opening on our staff, we brought Thad on board. And obviously, he's gone on to have an incredible career, just notched his 500th win this season at Butler. If you look at what he's done at Xavier, Ohio State, and Butler, it really is amazing work. And so Thad was part of that staff, really a great staff that we had at Miami at the time.
Coach, I got one more for you before we let you go. Thank you for your time this morning. But you look at your career, and you've been a coach of the year in the MAC, the ACC, the Pac-10, now the WCC, and it's spanned decades, man. And it's crazy to me because the game has changed so much. Everything around the game has changed so much. What lessons have you learned in those decades? How have you managed to constantly adjust, stay with the times, and continue to find success as everything's kind of shifting around you?
Well, I consider myself a lifelong learner. One of the things I love about what I have an opportunity to do is things do change and evolve. And I love trying to improve. I love learning. I love basketball. I love coaching, the relationships that come along with it. So I'm very passionate about it. And if you're going to be in any industry, especially if you're going to be in a position of leadership, you have to evolve, you have to change, you have to adapt. There are obviously some things that are going to stay in place. What wins really doesn't change, even though the game has changed. But it's fun to learn and evolve. And when you're surrounded by young people like we are in college coaching, it's tremendously invigorating, and it really helps sustain you.
Coach Herb, can't thank you enough,
Thanks,
man.
Coach.
You have an excellent day, my friend. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great day.
Here we go. You see it right there. Legend of the game, 8 tournament appearances. Like I said, multi-time Coach of the Year winner. And on the edge of another tournament once again.
I mean, the coal mining stories, that's...
Yeah. It's true, dude.
Ready to go through a brick wall.
Yeah, man.
Hey, guys, check it out. If you want to get your questions in, go to Twitter, #AskWub. We'll answer some of them at the end of the show. We got college basketball talk coming up next. Mark Titus, don't go anywhere. More Wub.
So, Titus, I got 2 sleepers to make the Final Four this year.
Okay.
I'm calling this before the brackets even come out. I don't
Okay.
care what side they're on. Nebraska,
All right.
they're going to win all the games this year after never having won before.
I've never won a tournament game.
And this also feels like Purdue's year.
Hell yeah.
It feels like Purdue's year.
Hell yeah. So you're just going opposite of group think here.
I'm zagging while everyone's
Hell
zigs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, honestly, I was saying the other day, if I'm closing my eyes, I'm just thinking about like what happens, confetti coming down, like the week of the Final Four, all the pageantry that goes into it. It does feel like one last ride for Izzo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You see that?
I can see that, yeah. Is it this year? I don't know, but yeah, I feel like Izzo's got one more in him. He's got one more Final Four run in him. Is this team like too good? Are they considered like they've been highly ranked all year? I feel like the one last Izzo run is like they're ranked 22nd right now.
Yeah, the one that comes out of nowhere.
But yeah, you might be onto something. Michigan State, the offense can be gross at times, but they're good. Yeah, they're really, really good.
So who else do you like? Because I don't know what I'm talking about.
The more the season is worn on, and this is tough because I watch it all year, and of course you feel this way because these are you've been watching these teams, but I feel like the best teams are the best teams. That's where I'm landing on this.
Interesting.
I like that.
That's where I've
yeah.
So I really do, as much as I want to get excited about the idea of madness. Last year it was 4-1 seeds. Last year the 4-1 seeds were head and shoulders better than everybody else. I'm sort of getting that feeling again this year. The only difference is that there's like 5-1 seeds.
I was going to say, who's the odd man out since we do have 5?
Well, UConn has already beat Florida, so I think UConn will get the 1 seed, and I think they belong in that conversation. But Florida would be the 2 seed that I get really excited about. Houston like teeters. Houston's offense, you catch them on the right night. They have 3 guards that can score. You get really excited about it. They don't really have interior presence, though. They don't really get to the rim. It's like guards, just kind of floating around and shooting threes and making something happen for themselves. So, but yeah, every so often I talk myself into Houston, then I talk myself out of Houston. But yeah, I feel like we might be trending towards a tournament like we got last year, where maybe there's some upsets here and there, maybe there's some chaos in the first round, second round, but when the dust settles, the big boys are still standing, and that's what the Final Four is.
I know Duke and Michigan are incredible. Florida just wins every game by 40 points. Like they're going to do it again.
Arizona, have you paid much attention to them? I mean, their defense is suffocating. I guess that's kind of a theme of this season too. Is all the best teams have unbelievable defenses. It's been a defensive year,
even in football.
When you see a great offense go up against a great defense this year in college basketball, more often than not, the great defense is winning, which is of note because usually they say great offense beats great defense. Yeah. It doesn't feel like that's been going on this year.
There
it feels
you
like
go.
the great defenses are winning.
Is it Tennessee's year then, Big T?
Yeah.
We don't play defense like we used to.
Oh, wow. So the 1 year where defense is back and going to win championships, Rick lost the defensive way?
We're 14th in Ken Palm. We play good defense.
Okay, that's good defense, yeah.
But not of 3 and 4 years ago.
Now, I know you, and you're generally like a pretty optimistic guy, kind of looking glass half full type situation.
That's what people tell me. Yeah.
You got to feel, you feel great about Tennessee entering the tournament, right?
No, they stink. Oh. Nate Ament's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad deal.
Wait, how bad did the Amen injury end up being? Because I was trying to look up something yesterday.
I think he's fine. They said if he could have played the other day.
Okay. So no, he's not hurt.
He's back. He's
not hurt.
Yeah, but listen, an agent's gonna get in his ear and say you don't need to play.
You sound like Frank the Tank right now.
Jerry,
agents are gonna talk to him. He's gonna leave for the draft.
Jerry, where are you at with college basketball? Are you?
I don't. Obviously, I don't watch. But
Right.
I do have a future.
Okay.
And I don't know much about it. I was hoping.
But you do watch. You always say you don't watch, but you do. You just don't. You wait until March Madness.
The March Madness starts. Then I watch.
Do you watch conference tournaments?
Do I?
Yes. Yeah.
I do. Okay.
Why would you look at PFT?
Well,
I'll answer this. My client does watch conference tournament. That's when he gets into the zone. You may have seen the clip before. I am March.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
you have
from
a clip out there
conference
saying I am
tournament
March. Like I'm asking where we are. You ramp it up this time of year. I'm asking where on the ramp up are we?
Right now, my future is Arkansas. I have a big future on them.
Okay. Do you know that they just lost by like 40 to Florida?
I don't. Okay. I haven't kept up. But
they got the loss out the way.
Yeah, they killed Texas last night.
They did kill Texas last night, so they're back.
How good is Texas?
They were bubble, right?
Team, yeah.
Oh, bubble team?
Yeah.
Who's the best team they beat this year?
Arkansas? I don't
Arkansas
know.
or Texas?
They had a great game against Alabama.
Yeah.
Speaking of bubble teams, Mark, what? Oh, okay, well, never mind. I was going to ask you about life on the bubble.
Well,
I feel crazy sometimes. I got conversations going on in my head.
I got a question for Big T.
Yeah.
Big T, I noticed you didn't salute me when I walked in here this morning. But I'm curious to know, you've spent a lot of your life border state rivalry with Kentucky. Did you know that you're talking to a colonel right now?
I did.
I'm
Did
a
you
Kentucky
know?
colonel.
Did you know that?
That I was a colonel?
Well, you didn't know for like 18 months.
No, I found out like 2 days ago that I was a colonel.
Right, but that happened 2 years
But now that
ago.
you know that I'm a
How
colonel.
are you a colonel?
I got made a
The
colonel.
lib governor of Kentucky gave him a little thing.
Well,
to try to make the organization popular.
whoa. First of all, Big Cat and I were awarded colonelships in Kentucky.
Okay.
Same as Sanders. We were awarded the colonelcy because we were instrumental in reuniting Rick Pitino with Big Blue Nation when we guest hosted Kentucky Sports Radio.
Yeah.
He came on the show and kind of made peace with the state of Kentucky.
Interesting.
Which I guess is good enough to be honored as a colonel. So I
all it takes, huh?
do outrank you, Big T.
Congrats.
And it would be nice if you would.
There's another
show us-
colonel right there.
Oh, look at him right there.
Yeah.
Colonel Katz
Big T-
getting after it.
Big T doesn't respect the troops, I guess.
Not in Kentucky, no.
No days off for our guy Big Cat as the ancient Chinese workout remains in full swing. Hashtag AskWub on Twitter. We'll get to some of them next here on Wake Up Barstool. You don't want to miss this one, the World Baseball Classic. Aaron Judge, Paul Skeens, and Bryce Harper suit up for the Stars and Stripes as Team USA takes on Brazil tomorrow at 8 Eastern only on
Let's
Fox.
go.
Bring it on, Brazil.
That was good. That was a good T-Bob.
Brazil.
Bring it on,
We
Brazil.
got a lot of practice. We got World Cup coming
Do you
up this
speak
summer.
Brazilian?
I speak Portuguese.
Oh, you don't
There
speak
you go.
Brazilian, though?
No, I don't
No such
speak
thing,
Brazilian. Yeah. Oh, look at us. Look at us,
such
Jared.
thing.
We Jared dialed right now at PFT. Don't try to come in with your big brain jokes.
What if we won the World Baseball Classic and then what if we won the World Cup? What if we just did it?
The Triple Crown.
Yeah, the Triple Crown.
That'd be
That'd be
sick.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that winning the World Cup would be the best and worst thing for the United States. It would be, don't get me wrong, it would be the absolute best. But
Yeah.
I do think that every country in the world would band together and attack us.
Yeah.
Like,
That would
militarily.
that would
of
be the
luck.
straw. That would be
Yeah.
the thing. That
Yeah.
would be the straw of the broke. Nothing else we're doing.
They would invade us,
That would
try
be-
to
that would
unload the
finally
arsenal.
be
It's
the
like,
thing.
no, if they win the World Cup in soccer, that's it. Great Satan. Out
They
of here.
already think we're obnoxious. Just wait till we win the World Cup.
Oh my God.
yeah, that
Just
would be
wait till we
insane,
win the
dude.
World
But
Cup.
what a great 3 weeks that would be for us, though. Like right after we won the World Cup, like going full America, cranking the America dial up to 15.
All right, but
Oh,
all
we
the
would go out in
countries,
such. It'd be like leaving Las Vegas, but just for existing as a country. We'd be. Oh my God.
all the
that's so
countries that
awesome.
would care enough to attack us. Germany, best of luck. We've been there, done that.
Yeah, we got
Brazil, I don't know that they have a military. Spain, we could dispense
Spanish
with
Navy.
you very quickly. Who else? England, been there, done that twice.
What about the War of 1812? Though they were in. They took.
We
over
took
our
care
trap.
of 'em.
But they took over the trap in 1812,
Briefly,
also known as the White House. Yeah.
and then we built it bigger and better.
Okay. Canada, Mexico. I mean, China.
We
China
kind of
doesn't
beat.
care.
Did we beat? Did we saved France and we beat France? That'd be another contender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the French, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean all these
the
countries.
French for a long time had
All
a
of
very
these countries
strong
could
military
form
history.
one super military. We would be done with them in 48 hours.
To just take on the entire world, us against
Well,
everybody.
like
in the world.
Russia and China could do something, but they don't care about the World Cup.
All right, let's get to some Ask Wub questions. Florida man, Ask Wub, in the event Venezuela plays against Team USA and Ronald Acuna is in a big spot versus Nolan McLean, who is Big T rooting for?
The only thing that makes that even a question is the fact that it's McLean, but no, USA. I'm a USA guy first. I did look at getting a Ronnie Venezuela jersey just to have like something new in the rotation.
Spice, yeah.
But no, I'm USA guy. I want to win.
What if Tennessee was playing USA?
They tried that.
in what sport?
Baseball. The Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
You would cheer for
Yes.
Tennessee.
I'm a Tennessean, then an American.
Okay.
And
State
then-
rights.
and
What if
then
your
a
high
Brave.
school team was playing Tennessee and USA at the same time in a three-way field? It's like banana ball somehow, and they're all three playing.
So it's 3 separate teams?
yeah, but
Yeah.
they're all in the same field playing baseball.
I think he's going Tennessee.
Still Tennessee.
Still
What if
Tennessee.
it's
He's a states'
Tennessee-
rights guy.
What if it's Tennessee against the Republican congressional baseball team?
With or without Mark Teixeira?
With Mark Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira, who you root
Pretty sick. No, still UT.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next. Not Scooty Scoot.
Ooh, how many?
Who is Scooty?
How
How
many-
many of those mini basketballs could JJ fit in his hand?
Let me guess.
I'm saying 9.
No.
9. No way.
In one hand?
One
I'm saying
hand?
9.
Again, 4.
No, you can
4,
squeeze
5.
them though.
5.
You can squeeze them.
7. I
Wait,
think
you
you
only
got
use-
7 here.
I'm saying 9.
You can play. Can he place it in? Yeah, you can place him in his hand.
Can I squeeze him or not?
Yeah, squeeze it.
Oh, yeah, I might be wrong.
Oh man, we might be up to 11, dude. 9 is looking like we may be under here.
I know my boy's hand.
No, they're slipping out.
All right, Terry.
All right, final
see how many
count.
we got.
Okay, it is held. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Titus.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Nice to
Let's
go.
go, dude.
All right.
Titus is gonna do like 13. All right, next question while Titus is doing this. God, your hands are so big. Ricky E. Left or right? Hashtag Ask Grub. Ask Grub.
Left or right?
Big T.
I mean,
1,
y'all know where Big T sits.
Left or right?
I go down the middle.
7, 8.
Yeah,
I got 9. I got 9.
That's not,
I got 9.
that's not what it says. It
got
says
9.
left or right, Jer. I'm left-handed.
Oh, I'm ready.
You're righty?
Yep.
Okay, what about you, PFT? You left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed all the way. All the way.
Wait, these are squishier. Use those. Use these.
Wait, you got the squishy ones?
Yeah, those are.
Hang on.
Some of them are more solid. You want to get
This should be a
Get
this should be a combine event.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how they should measure.
Yeah.
Ask Wub, has Jerry picked a new book to read to his son's class? Brother,
No,
I've
yeah.
read The Big Cheese. That whole series of books deals with some advanced concepts.
It does. It does.
What age was the class you were reading to?
3 and 4 year old.
Way crazy for 3, 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Way
It's an
crazy.
8-year-old book.
Yeah.
two,
That's like when
3,
kids are
4,
actually
5, 6,
starting to know they have emotions and
got 9?
anxieties
Barely.
and whatnot.
Yeah, never again. Never again.
I mean, reading to 3 and 4 just in general is tough. You can't keep the attention of them.
T-Bob, what size hands do you have?
9-inch hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shout out Spencer Fernot. He joined the 9-inch Kings recently.
Okay.
We got another big
That's
one
pretty small
on the
for
docket.
for a line.
It's actually not small, PFT. I'm glad you said it. Joe Burrow's 6'4", and he has 9-inch hands.
I'm a
okay?
9-inch guy too, T-Bob.
Yeah,
I got
thank
9
you.
inches too.
What is this? I got. Look at that. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 balls. 9 balls. Y'all have a great day. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow.